Let's explore this by trying out some different combinations of things. For this running example, let's use the same two classes we used before, person and name. An instance of person has a name, an eye color, and an age. And name is actually an instance of the class name, which has a first name and a last name. First, notice there's nothing in our person class that actually dictates that the variable name must have a type name from that class. We could just pass in a string directly, in which case self.name will have a type string. It only becomes a name because we're going to actually pass in an instance of name. So our code starts by loading into its working memory the ideas of people, or person class, and a name class. And then on line 16, it creates a new instance of person and assigns it to the variable myPerson. Now note this constructor, note this call. It's kind of interesting. Person up here, we see requires 3 arguments: name, eye color, and age. And we see age and eye color pretty easily. But name, we're creating in the same line by creating a new instance of name. So this calls this constructor and creates a new instance of name with first name David and last name Joyner. That instance of name then becomes our argument for the parameter name in our person constructor. As we've noted in the past, Python will start with the innermost parentheses. So the first thing it does is it takes name David Joyner and creates that instance of name. That instance then comes down and becomes the argument into that constructor. If we wanted to, we could actually have created name separately on the previous line and then put it into the constructor manually. But this saves us a line of code, and it saves us a variable name that we're never going to use on its own ever again. So the result of this is an instance of person class that itself has an instance of the name class. The first name for the name is David. The last name for that name is Joyner. The eye color for that person is brown, and the age for that person is 30. The name variable inside my person is an instance of name, so it actually has its own first name and last name, which are David and Joyner.